I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, and we've got another day in PulseChain news, and so we're going to check it all out. We've got a few really cool stories to talk about, and we're getting more of our influences from the old bull market are starting to come back. So we're going to talk about that too. So very exciting. We're going to have a huge PulseChain army out there, just starting to ramp up. You know, it's the bull. I guess the sense that the seasons have changed, and they're back. As you guys know, I'm always here, the bear market or bull market, and it is game on. It is game on. We're going to be talking about a few things today, of course. We're going to get into SharpLink again. We're going to be talking about Racker Michelle, Coinwell, and Briah token. And we're going to get into a new one called Sigma. So you guys, if you're aware of that, Sigma there. Alex is on the move. And we're going to also talk about Heartwood Dog there. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's see who's in the house there. We've got Derek in the house from Rhinify. Big shout out. Hello. Big shout out to the Rhinify team there. Very, very cool. Now, let's first of all, before we get into it, let's share the show around. So let me just pin this to the top of the chat there. And we're going to get a copy of the link there. So don't forget to share it around. Let's copy that and place that in the chat there. Share show on X. And a big welcome to all the new subscribers on YouTube as well, particularly PulseChain X, looking good there. And that is the link there. That looks so good. All right, bam. You guys know I love the bam from Flintstones. I don't know why, but it's just the way it goes. So there's there on Share the Show on X and Crypto Night Show. Cool. All right, onwards and upwards from here. Let's jump away at the moment and let's have a look at this. We're going to go to the stock market news. We're going to get straight into it. So bam, let's go. Bam. There we go. All right, we got the stock market there. S&P 500 drops for the fifth day as focus shifts to Powell's speech. Of course, we are looking forward to that and see what he comes up with. But that's basically it. The market is kind of shying away right now. Now, we did have jobless claim data. The amount of Americans filing for first-time unemployment benefits rose more than expected last week. So it points to a further weakening of the country's labor market amid tariff-fueled economic uncertainty. This is the line of the liberal media and, of course, of Jerome Powell. Seasonally adjusted U.S. job claims climbed to 235,000 in the week ended August, up from 224,000 the prior week. Economists had predicted a reading of 226, so it looks like it was 9,000 above that. This release was added to recent evidence of a cooling labor market, which is good for interest rate cuts, right? Grappling with uncertainty around Trump's tariff policies. July job report. Well, we already know that a lot of the data's out, and actually a lot of the areas of tariffs are actually non-inflationary. The jobs report released at the start of the month showed far fewer jobs than expected were created in that month. Rise of unemployment rate and the drop in the labor force participation to the lowest level since 2022. Now, the big news, of course, we're looking forward to is the Jerome Powell hawkish signals from the minutes of the Fed's July meeting had weighed on sentiment. But of course, we've had some weak labor data. The minutes showed a bulk of Fed members largely support the central bank's wait-and-see approach to cutting interest rates, although a lot of the banks around the world have already done it, right? So this is very, very separate from them. And the rates are normally better to have the rates at 1-to-1, which is not the case at the moment. We've got 4.5% versus inflation around 2.7%. So they're miles apart. And so there's definitely looks like politics being played here. The central bank was also seen prioritizing inflation risk over fears of a decline in the U.S. labor market, which could elicit another hold in September. And of course, Federal Chair Jerome Powell is set to speak at the Jackson Hole Symposium on Friday. So we'll look for clues there. The market's been selling off after it's a big rally there on the stock market. So we will find out soon enough. Now let's have a look at the results for the market. We got the Dow Jones down 30%, 153 points to 44,785. Remember, the Dow Jones is the top 30 industrials. The S&P 500 is down 0.4%, 25 points to 6,370. And the NASDAQ, with all the tech companies, is also down 1/3%. And that is currently sitting at it's down 72%, 72 points, I should say, to 21,100. So that's the NASDAQ right now. And then, of course, the US dollar sitting at 98.5. That is actually up 0.5% there. So strengthening as the US dollar versus its trading partners. Commodities, West Texas, $63.50. That is pretty much flat, down slightly. And Brent oil there, $67.67, up 1.2%. What else we got there? Gold sitting just up slightly, $1.42 to $3,383. And silver down slightly at $38.06. So those are where the commodities are sitting right now. Let's have a look at where the interest rate expectations are for September. And as you guys know, we've got 3 weeks and 5 days and 18 hours to go. And we've got a 73% expectation of a rate cut. So that's been dropping. So it's been dropping. It was up at about 84% or so. Now it's at 73%. So definitely at a dropping rate there, but still vastly majority there for rate cut. Now, let's see where we land there, because that should be a rate cut. And of course, by October, what do we got there? You've got 50% rate cut and a 50 basis point rate cut. By October is a third of the market. So and by the time we get to December, we've got even potentially a 75 basis point rate cut. There's 25% of the market expecting that by December. So obviously, we're looking forward to rate cuts. Obviously, going to help spur on risk on, and that's good for crypto, right? So that is where we're landing now. Now, obviously, we're going to get into crypto markets. So let's move to the big screen. We've got crypto graphics in the house there. Big shout out. Reposted the stream. I appreciate that, crypto graphics. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Unity coming up soon and the impact on the buy and burn for PulseX. Very, very exciting about that, and it's been doing extremely well, isn't it? So we're going to talk about that shortly. All right, so let's get into the results here. We've got the crypto market cap at 3.89 trillion, down 1.9%. Remember, there's 18,253 coins on CoinGecko, so it can, even when Bitcoin's up, it can be moving down. Bitcoin at right now is 112,500. Really want to protect that 112,000 mark, as you guys know, but that is down 1.6% right now. And we've got Ethereum there down 2.5%, $4,248. And then we've got XRP down 3.6%, $2.88. Number five. I was going to try to say number 4 and 5 together. Number 5 is down 3.8%, $840. And what did I just say there? BNB. I don't know. I was missing all of it. But we've got Solana there at number 6. That is down 3.8% at $181. We got Tron there at number 9. That is down 0.3% at 35.4 cents. And now number 10 is a Doge there, down 3.2% at 21.7 cents. So those are our top 10. Best performer, let's see here. Best performer is Bitcoin. No, Tron. Tron best performer, only down 0.3% today. Best performer over the last week has been BNB, up 0.8%. In fact, it's the only one that's green for the last week. Now, looking at the top 100, best performers, OKB, performing like a boss. Look at this thing. Sitting at number 39, is up 142% and 32% in the last 24 hours. So it's been very, very strong. Mantle there at number 43 is coming in second with up 13.9% for the week. Chainlink at number 12 is up 13.2%, so that's sitting at number 3. And then Monero and Gate following. They're up 8 and 5% respectively. So, top 3, double-digit gains or more. Not too bad. Looking at the top gainers, we've got Huobi, Nuna Bits, and Slash Vision Labs. They're in our top 1,000. Let's have a quick at Huobi quickly. And that is sitting at number 396 right now. And of course, that's on Ethereum. And that is ticking away there. So it's been around for a long time, of course, February 9th, 2018. And it's just had a bit of a blip from the bottom, as you can see there. So let me just change the time frame for that. Maybe do the last month. And you can see it's just had an absolute rocket blip there. It was at 30 cents. And now it's at 88 cents. So pretty awesome. Even got to $1.13. So a really big move there. I'm not quite sure what the news is for the Huobi, but maybe you guys know. Trade crypto, of course, on the markets. That's Huobi. So must be some news there. What else we got going? We got OKB, obviously in the mix there. We're not going to look at that one, but we've got Slash Vision Labs. That is on there too. So let's have a quick look at that. It's number 344. It's only been around since the 23rd of July, so not too long at all. And it is just got a really nice chart, actually, isn't it? The printing, and then it just got bolted today. So that is not too bad. That is sitting, not quite sure what chain that is actually, but that is on the move. Slash Vision. So have a quick look. Slash Card, Japan's first crypto card. Okay. slash card slash payments slash vision portal. Obviously, Japan is one of the big, crypto countries of the world. Slash card navigates the regulatory landscape in Japan. So it's pretty cool, actually, isn't it? Nice. So yeah, looks like that might be really taking off. They've got lots of partners, including Mantle in there, and Circle and others. So there we are. Pretty cool. So that is Slash. And that might be one worth checking out, right? Number 344, pretty well positioned in the top 1,000. And that's on the move right now. And that chart's looking pretty good, actually. 180 million market cap. Yeah, interesting one. That could be something worth checking out. So that is our overall view of the markets there today. So we're sitting at 3.88 trillion, down 2.1%. Remember, the market cap of crypto is still very, very small, right? In terms of global markets. So remember that, very important. And look, we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum there sitting, Bitcoin pretty much needs to stay over 112 really, but we're getting really consolidated for that 130 move, right? Over 130. So that's what we're looking forward to there. Ethereum there sitting at 4224. Of course, not too far away from a lot of the accumulation zones for these ETH reserves. That is where we are. So let's have a quick look at where the strategic ETH reserves are right now. This is the mega story that we're following. Obviously, we covered the other day SharpLink accumulating 143,000 on the 19th of August. And now I guess we're on the 21st in American time. Bitmine Immersion, of course, sitting at 1.5 million. SharpLink after that big purchase, 740,000. ETH Machine at number 3, 145,000. Ethereum there at number 4, up 231,000, and PulseChain SAC sitting at number 5, proud and strong, 166, which is pretty awesome, over $600 million worth. Now, the one thing that we have seen is the U.S. government apparently has been buying some Ethereum. It's not showing up here, but apparently the U.S. government had been buying something. I'm not sure if that's been confirmed or not, but there was talk of that. So let us know whether that's ended up being true. We know that some big money's being raised, like Bitmine is raising 20 billion. And we also know that number 10 here, ETHZilla, is raising 5 billion. So the purchasing of Ethereum is going to continue on into the end of the year, into next year. Very, very exciting. So we're going to have a lot more entities on here as well. Currently got 70 right now on the list. And of course, Ethereum, PulseChain SAC, or Strategic Reserve, as you like to say, is sitting at number 5. Nice and proud. Now, SharpLink put out this little step here earlier today, and they said how SharpLink works in 3 steps. Accumulate ETH. We raise capital and acquire ETH in the most accretive way possible. Number 2, activate ETH. Nearly 100% of our ETH is staked, compounding yield. 3, concentrate ETH. All of it's wrapped in SBEAT, which is their stock market ticker that they use to trade, a NASDAQ listed equity that aims to grow ETH per share for stockholders. The asset is ETH, the ticker is SBEAT. Now, hey, look, I mean, we've got this here on for SBEAT. PulseChain is a full system state fork of Ethereum. I don't know who's going to be doing it, whether it's people like Rack and Michelle, but we've got lots of, there's lots of opportunity to get NASDAQ listed entities for PulseChain. This should be an absolute huge boom. It would bring in all the stock market and blue chip corporates, institutions, things like that onto PulseChain. There's no reason why we can't really duplicate what's happening on Ethereum here. So it's going to be interesting to see who's got the right connections. We've got obviously a very strong US influencer group on PulseChain. We will certainly have people doing, it's like the Hex Investment Trust out there. And their whole goal was to get on the NASDAQ. And now that the SEC has been defeated on the 7th of July this year, that we actually have a lot of, case law now in our favor as well. So, yeah, will we see a boom on PulseChain of similar entities on PulseChain? And that's what we really should be looking forward to there. Let's see who's got the capabilities to execute that sort of stuff, but it could be pretty powerful. So, yeah, just like you have ETH being put into a lot of these entities, we could have Pulse being put into a lot of these entities. And so that could be pretty exciting, right? So let's see where that goes on that. Now, what else I was going to say about that? That's it. Let's have a look at where the market might be going. We're going to jump back here, and we're going to be listening to a little video here for a couple of minutes from Pompiliano on the outlook for Bitcoin and the crypto market. So let's check that out.
Capital allocators got attention spans of ants, and now they seem to have short-term amnesia as well. In recent days, Bitcoin has fallen from its latest all-time high of $124,000, and that has sparked a debate on whether the Bitcoin cycle is over or not. Now, does it matter that Bitcoin's up 20% year to date? Or that Bitcoin's up nearly 2x in the last year? Nope, of course not. The media and the market commentators, they are too busy injecting fear and uncertainty into the market. They want to know if the pullback signals the end of this cycle. They say that maybe the Bitcoin hype was completely unsubstantiated. Maybe the Bitcoin bears were right that the digital currency could never fulfill its promise. But of course, this is all noise. The data is overwhelming. The Bitcoin bull market is not over yet. Let's start with the 30 different Bitcoin bull market peak indicators from CoinGlass. We've not hit a single one of them yet. 0 for 30. Zilch. None of them. It's hard for the bull market to be over if we haven't hit any of the market peak indicators. Now, we also know that Bitcoin tends to cool off in late August and all of September during bull markets. Investor Yannick Morar writes that in each of the 2013, 2017, and 2021 bull market years, July, August, September, and October, green, green, red, and green respectively. The same is likely to occur this year, he says. We might see a pullback in September, followed by a final 20 to 30% gain in October and into early November. And now, if you are someone who is merely focused on the short term, analyst Frank Fetter points out that Bitcoin appears to be oversold at the moment, according to the Relative Strength Index. So the recent drawdown in price is likely part of the normal volatility in Bitcoin bull markets. We used to get multiple 30% drawdowns in a bull market, but now we tend to only get 1 or 2 of those large drawdowns. Instead, we continue to see 5 to 15% drops in price, which of course are healthy. They help to clear out leverage, and they allow the asset to set itself up for the next leg higher in price. And you can see this reset clearly in the dashboard assembled by Frank Fetter. All 4 metrics are either neutral to cool, which means the market is still in great shape and it should continue to appreciate in price through the coming months. And now here's a crazy stat that will blow your mind from Fidelity's Chris Cooper. He writes a significant shift happened in Bitcoin's ecosystem post-2024 halving. For the first time, the amount of Bitcoin held for 10 plus years, known as ancient supply, that is growing faster than new coins mined. An average of 566 Bitcoin per day are moving into this long-term category compared to only 450 new Bitcoin issued daily. This signals strong conviction from these long-term holders, according to Chris. Now, these on-chain analytics, combined with the broader market trends, prove that Bitcoin is simply maturing. We are now getting to a market cap size and a market education level where every market participant can now prudently allocate capital to Bitcoin. This, of course, will also bring down volatility over time. It's not rocket science.
So that is a quick update from Pompiliano there. And so, yeah, pretty exciting. You know, a little bit of a reprieve. And of course, we've been talking about that maybe between now and September, that you've got sort of last moment to get on the pump train. And that sort of lines up, that the commentary lines up very well with that. So, yeah, we've got Richard Hart's marketing potentially within days. We've got the interest rate cuts potentially on 17th September. A lot of pressure for that, and you know, we'll see where we get it on the 17th, and that would lead us into the end of September, and then start to run maybe October, November, into the end of the year. So that's kind of the lay of the land right now. So a little bit of time there left. Now we're going to get into a couple of comments in the chat there. We've got Q Baller in the house there. Morning all, good to see Q Baller. Big shout out. Don't forget you guys to share the show around on X. Just take a moment to hit the repost button. Really does help a lot there as we get into the PulseChain update. That's next. And we're going to talk about Unity and many other things there on PulseChain happening right now. So what else? We got Brennan in the house there. Howdy, Superman and family. Good to see you, Brennan. Big shout out. We got Heartwood Dog, the founder of Heartwood Dog in the house there. Big shout out too. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And we've got Sean here as well. Don't fade Sparta, guys. It's ready to explode. So there we are. That's a hex derivative, really, in the sense it's got a hex DAO. So big shout out there, Sean. Welcome to the chat. Like little emojis you had there too, because you guys know I like emojis. So all right, so let's get into the rest of the show, and we're going to be talking about that. So
Capital allocators got attention spans of ants.
Let me jump out of that, and so we've got day 832 on PulseChain, and I guess we're about to start day 833. Pulse at the moment sitting at quadruped 48, down 5.2%. And we're sitting at, it feels like we've been here for a long time, isn't it? 830 days, but it feels like we've been around the half of the mean sacrifice price for a long time. PulseX right now is quadruple 0361, down 4.9%. And the buy and burn sitting at 7.63%. And of course, that's being helped, being supercharged now with the Unity from cryptographics. So we're going to look at that in a moment. Incentive token, $1.81, down 4%. and we got Hex at $1, 1.04 cents a dollar. That's like the future price. 1.04 cents, down 5.5%, and EHEX at 1900th of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PHEX is 1.23 cents there. And as I said, once Hex on PulseChain gets over 3 cents and starts running, it will just start running away from there. That's the expectation, and I think that's because it's been had all this. Think of it like a pressure cooker, just constantly being under the water, and then away it goes, kind of thing. So that's kind of where we are right now. Let's have a look at the gas prices. We've got 730,000 beats, 1 cent for a PulseX swap right now. And we got validators there, 52,219, pretty similar to yesterday. And the bridge, of course, we've been tracking that pretty well, $110.6 million, so not too bad. Now, the one thing I want to say about this is that, we've got quite a few stable coins have increased, which is nice. So Ethereum's gone from, 10 days ago. So 12 days ago, we're sitting at 6,700. We're now at 6,900. The DAO token was at 22.8. It's now 24.4 almost. We got EHEX there. USDC sitting at 17.6 million. 12 days ago, that's now 19.1. And then we've also got USD Tether was 5.2. That's now up to 5.7. So all of the bridged and stablecoins and ETH are now all up quite significantly. I haven't checked the holdings, but I just wonder whether there's an accumulation there for a God mode candle in some of those tokens. So let me know in the chat there if you've managed to check that out. There are a couple of people that kind of track that sort of stuff, but I just wonder whether there is accumulation of some of those stable coins to be used for a God mode candle. Let me know what you think in the chat. Maybe some of you guys have seen some stuff around that. That is the play. Wrap Bitcoin ticking away there as well. Wrap Bitcoin's actually slightly down in volume from what it used to be. So we've got slightly less Bitcoin in the chat channel there. Sorry, on the blockchain. G'day all, says Par Excellence. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat too. So that's where we are right now. So heading in the right direction. Let's go to the overall volume. $22.4 million in volume on PulseChain today. 315,000 transactions. Looking at the top coins here. Obviously, I'm not endorsing any of these particular coins. I'm just talking about what's on the trending 24 hours right now on Deck Screener. So 5 hours ago, we had a new token called YZY launch, and that's up 1,800% there. $329,000 in volume over 31K, so that's pretty aggressive, giving us a pretty high rate there at the moment. So that is the top performance. Have a quick look at it. I'm not going to look at all the coins that have been launching, but we've got pump tires out there, and people are using it, right? So Richard Hart pump tires, and it's certain. A few of them every day, I guess. I don't know how many, but a few of them every day make it to the king of the hill, and then get migrated over to PulseX. We obviously still probably have coins, launched through token creation sites as well. They get launched, but typically more project oriented, right? People that are a lot more serious about where the future will go with the tokens. We got BAA. They've been around for 7 days, up to 385%. Trump official, been around for 6 months. Pump tires, 45%. Alamo there launched only 21 days ago. It's up 37% right now. And Yippee there launched yesterday. The old, it's that Kanye West token. Of course, that had launched on other chains. I think it's going to be a giant rug pull. I don't know. I can't remember. Did it launch on Solana or Ethereum? I can't remember the official one, but I think that's going to be on exchanges. It's going to be probably a massive rug pull. You wonder why Kanye is so rich, because he knows how to make money. So there we go. We got Yippee there on the move. So Yippee had a nice little rise out of the gate, came back down, and is now back up at quadrant 02487. And there are a couple other Yippies, isn't there? At least one other Yippee I saw on pump tires that has not yet made it. I don't know. There's only room for one? I don't know. We'll see. But that is kind of where it is right now. Solana up 22%. Been around for 6 months. There's the pump tires too, on the looks of it, and that's up 22%. Autism, weaponized autism, there is up 22%. And welcome to the blockchain. We got Sparta there, which is what we had Sean talking about. So Sean talked about Sparta, didn't you? And then Sparta there is up 12%. Been around for 4 months, and that has a hex DAO, right? So they have a reflection token. They accumulate some of the value in hex. They buy hex and then put it in the DAO. And then if hex runs to $1, they will end up spending it to buy more Sparta up. That's the idea. So there we go. That is a Sparta there. There's a big shout out there for you, Sean. It was created by Wendy's for tendies, old HOG as I understand it. We got Dura with Hat, been around for 4 hours, and that's up 5.5% there at number 11. And then we got the old Peppy there, up pump tires 6 months, up 4.5%. Then you got Unity, which is we're going to talk about separately, but we're going to bring up that chart. So let's pull that over, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But let's continue on. We got Tom Lee, finally made it over from pump tires 2 days ago, up at 3% there from Tom Lee. And as you guys know, we talk about Tom Lee, the amazing. He really is a great analyst, and typically the best in the pack, and always front of the rest of the stock market analysts, right? So it's Tom Lee, and the founder and chair, or at least the chair of BitMine there, Immersion. So that's up by 3% right now. That's around off our top 15. We got Communists. It is pretty much even today, sitting at 10 zeros, 1871. That's for Communists there. Now, the one thing I was going to say is everything else is out of the money. Obviously, PulseChain prices are depressed today. So that's pretty much it. So we got lots of really quality projects that are out of the money right now. And so yeah, we got lots of cool tokens down here that are out of the money. We got our dexes are out of the money, 4% down on 9-inch, etc. So they're probably on par with Pulse being down, but definitely down. We got Surf down 5% right now. They had a little run yesterday, didn't they? Had a little run yesterday. Good old Surf token from Crypto Paradise. We got Mafia there sitting down 5% from Jacob. HOG Hex Derivative down 5%. So saw some mini, our big corporate on PulseChain down 5.3%. Now they could lift this price anytime they want, right? Because they've got a huge big bag of money that are used for the buying ban, but they are intentionally keeping the price down low. They do burn more while the price is down low, and of course they may want to push the price up at their choosing, right? When they are going to be announcing stuff. So we're expecting the Floyn listing to come up soon. They had an interview on just only several days ago with the Floyn CEO. So that listing must be coming very, very soon. I think maybe possibly September. We'll keep tabs on that. That's going to usher a whole ton of new potential institutional money and high valued investors on the PulseChain indirectly. So this is the cool thing about some of these setups. Saw some email is probably bringing our first institutional investing and corporate listing there. So it's kind of cool. What else we got going at the moment? Time Dividend had a good day yesterday, down 5% today. Let's see what else we got here. SolidX, of course, we're expecting big stuff happening from SolidX coming up in September. So we're going to have a big launch expected in September there. That's $11.58. It was over $12.40 yesterday, so that's down almost 6%. 9mm, the other big DEX, currently down as well at 2.1 cents, 6%. UFO, PGC, down here, down 6% as well, so more than Pulse is down from my memory. PDC itself is down 6% as well, more than Pulse. TD Takeover is down 7.6%. Pump Tires Die down 7.4% there. Finvestor from OG WebChef down 8%, along with Beast. Peacock from Liberty Swap, with Liberty Swap there down 11%. So quite a retrace there. So we are getting quite a retrace on some of these top memes. Briah, of course, from Rack and Michelle. We're going to talk about that in a minute too. So that's coming up. So yeah, lots of tokens that should be performing well, not performing so well today. That's going to lead us into Unity. It's going to lead us into Unity. Talking about good performance, I'm going to move from to good performance. Who else? We got a couple more comments. We got Par Excellence in there. G'day. We got Volatile says, for anyone trying to work out how much Unity you will get paid out for next day, look at total Unity payout for the day and times it by your global share rate of the pool. This is a monster in the making there from Volatile. It's a very good insight there. Thanks for that, Volatile. Sean O'Malley says, moved heavily into Unity yesterday. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Hey, well, look, I mean, you're in nice and early, but obviously we're have high expectations for Unity, and so far it has delivered in spades. All right, so that's kind of cool. Now we're on Unity, which is just timing couldn't be better. So great comments there, guys. You guys, timing is everything. Now we're on day 4 now, 6 hours and 17 minutes into it. So pretty cool, and it's brand new, basically brand new. And we've got the market price sitting at $11.82. So let's have a look at that full screen. Up 3.5% right now. So PulseChain might be down, but Unity is up and it's sitting pretty nicely at $11.82. Now, the thing I'm going to say about Unity is that there's not too much volume coming out for a long time. It has a different profile than does Taurus, which is on Ethereum. Taurus and Unity are essentially the same product from cryptographics, but they use different tokens. Taurus uses Ethereum and Titanx. Unity uses Pulse and PulseX, and but they got different different adoption rates, different profiles in terms of when creations and stakes are maturing. So it's going to be fun to see them play out. Really is going to be great. So even if you're not involved in it, just seeing the differences between them, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're at $11.82 right now. Not a lot of volume coming out, and don't forget we've got the buy and burn in play. So 1% of the buy and burn is going to be buying up. So with not a lot of volume out, I can only see the price going up. Now, obviously not financial advice, but that's just pure logic there. We've got Sandy Beach in the house there with the Sandy Beach. Love it. Hello, Superman, everybody. Always a pleasure to have Sandy in the house there. One of our moderators and certainly one of the big personalities on PulseChain. So big shout out there for you. Sandy Beach won the Zelly quest for the Genesis OGs. A very challenging competition. Well done to you, Sandy. Very cool. All right, so let's get into it. So that is Unity price right now, and let's have a look at some of the main stats, right? So let's go to the earn first. We'll go from the beginning to end. So if you want to get into Unity, it's only day 4, so it's very early, and I don't think it really is going to matter too much over time when you're in, but certainly getting in earlier, mathematically speaking, is the best, and so that's going to be fun. Now, timing, of course, there's different parts of the price cycle and things like that. So, other times will be great too. And that is the link to Unity there. We're about to cover it. So kind of cool. And we got some nice, those little hugs there from Sandy. Very cool. Thanks, Sandy. All right. So that is it. So we're got the current yield at the moment. Let's take this away. I don't know how much I've got there. How much is it? That's $360. So 10 million PulseX. That currently is 18,600%. Is the expected reward over the 88 days if you do the max length. Now, you can always toggle it to daily, and it basically says you're going to get 211% there. Now, that's going to change over time as more people come in, as the protocol matures. So it's going to change. Day 0, but basically straight away, you get 100 tokens in this example, and then you'll get another 5,600 tokens over the 88 days. Now, the thing is, when you get this created unit, is what you get day 0, basically straight away. You don't get them in your wallet. You get to claim them or bank them, as I like to call it. You bank them. You get to claim them at the end of the 88 days. Just to make that very clear. Every day you get a fraction of this 5,600 tokens. So every 1/88th day. So as you count through, you get 1/88th of that every day. Now that will go down over time because more people are coming in after you, and they get a share of that reward, right? So of the reward pool. So just take note of that. And of course, we'll look at the reward pool in a minute. So that's kind of play. You can either use PulseX or Pulse to go in, and then also if you do buy Unity off the market, obviously there's not a lot of Unity on the market right now. Then you can stake it, and you can also do it for 88 days. There's a 5% fee for doing that. And the yield ROI at the moment is lower than creating. But the upside is it gives you optionality, meaning that you can early in stake 50% the way through. You'll get the amount of staked Unity back. You get that back, but you will lose all your earned Unity. Now, if you go further than 50%, you go to 75% the way through. You'll get 50% of your earned utility for the amount of days that you had. So if you did 88 days, you get 44 days back. And so on. So that gives you kind of an idea of how that works, and you pay a 5% premium for that, basically. Now, these percentages can flip in the future. So this here could become the ROI for creating could become lower than staking. So staking could have a higher ROI in the future. We'll keep a lookout for that as the price of Unity goes down. For example, if that went down to a point. Now, obviously, as everybody goes in, they're contributing Pulse and PulseX. That's getting captured by the protocol. And at the moment, we've got a huge buy and burn already, only in 4 days. And it's pretty amazing, really. We're sitting, 460. So, 360. Sorry, what am I saying? $260,000 worth. Plus, so we've got this 80,000. So we're at $340,000 right now in the buy and burn. So that's been captured, which is pretty staggering amount. We've got 1.65 billion Pulse and 7.17 billion PulseX, which is pretty awesome. I think the ratio between the two is about 0.75. So it's pretty remarkable, really. Buy and build, sitting at 48,000 and 200,000 in the PulseX. We've got 1 billion Pulse and 5.5 billion PulseX in there. Now, the thing about this is that this is building up liquidity. So it's making the protocol far more resilient to price, buying and selling, and also allowing bigger players to enter and leave and all that sort of stuff. Also maturing the project, making a bigger protocol, making it one of the more blue chip type of protocols on the chain. So which is kind of cool. The other one there is the Fractal that gets called on day 110. We can see there's 658 million Pulse in here and 3.63 billion PulseX. And that's sitting at another 160K. So all this value is being captured by the buy and burn treasuries, as I call it. And that's a very, very cool. So onwards, upwards, only 4 days, and we've got all that money in there. Isn't that awesome? And of course, if Pulse is on the down, Pulse and PulseX are on the down at the moment. So imagine when Pulse and PulseX go on a rally, this will turn into millions and millions of dollars very, very quickly. It's fantastic. So what a great start, 4 days. And as I said, I think it's one of the big projects launching in August, September that we've been talking about. The other one, of course, was Better Bank with a 21 million TVL inside like 12 days, which is an amazing result. So we've got 2 really great projects launched in this month. Now we've got the total values at the moment in the reward pool, day 4. There's 99,760 Unity in the reward pool. And, coming back to this comment from Volatile, this is a way of working out what you're going to get. It's just one of the ways you can do it there, but that is pretty cool. And of course, at the moment, we've got 3.4% of the supply is being burned, 687 coins, and we've got 2,800 tokens liquid right now, 14.1%, which is not a lot, right? Not a lot, and we expect that to go down. What do we got here? Total Unity right now, 19,300. Remember, we start off at 20,000. Unity burnt is 687. And then we've got Stake Unity 5,174, which is the number we're going to be watching over the next week or two. Because this is the number that's going to probably impact the chart the most, along with the buy and burn operating. Remember, so that buy and burn, this one here is operating at 1% per day. So that's pretty exciting to see where that or just keep, if there's not much supply coming out, and we have a lot of people buying and staking, then those are 2 factors that are really going to drive up that the price, arguably, right? That's the idea. Total shares, 1.27 billion right now. So they're pretty amazing, over 1 billion inside 4 days. And here's the big number here, PulseX, 1.08 billion right now. 1.08 billion share. The PulseX has been bought up and burned, which is spectacular. So we've got about 19.6 trillion PulseX. And so, we're burning this every 4 days. It's huge, hundreds of millions of PulseX to be burned during the year. And this accelerates, right, as we get more stake, as the protocol gets more mature and staking becomes a bigger thing, you're going to require more PulseX. And so this could arguably accelerate even. And so, it's going to be a major contributor to the deflation on PulseX, like a major thing. So you're going to see a lot of that, burning numbers there. So pretty awesome. And remember, the buy and burn is only using 1% right now. So you can imagine that's going to really help to accelerate as well. Kind of cool. And we got the fractal there too, right? That fractal there on day 110 is going to jump over. That money is going to jump over into the buy and burn. So yeah, exciting times. And then of course for staking, you're going to need more to do that. So kind of cool. All right, so that's the stats, but we got a new thing on here, right, which we were trying to look at yesterday, but we didn't get to make work, and that is the analytics dashboard. So that's now up and running. And we can see we've got contract day forward is from Mike Dean, so big shout out to him on TitanX Hub. 1 billion burned and total deposit $876,000 right now. So heading towards that million mark. Obviously with Pulse and PulseX deflated right now, so just maybe take that into account. But this is your roadmap. So if you're thinking about, when do I want to do a creation or stake, then this sort of gives you an idea of what it looks like, right? So this is where you can sort of plan your creation ladder, staking ladder, or whatever you want to do. Or you could just go with what the maths does, which is go long. And so we see a lot of people going long, right? We're currently at 4.7 million on day 89. Remember, the max period is 88 days. So on day 89, a lot of people are getting their creations out. But I think that this is going to be very different by the time we get there. And once you get over here, there's going to be like a relief, like, basically a lot of the early supply is out. and why would everyone sell at that point, right? Because they're just going to dump the price down, and so we might actually see a rally out of that move there. Maybe not the first day, but maybe the second, third day, we could see a rally in price there. So that could be the expectation as we see. Now, this has got a very different profile of what we see over on Taurus on Ethereum, because we have people already, minting out. So if we look through here, we can see that we have actually got hardly any creations, any new Unity, I should say, coming out at all. So I'm just going through day 20. There's hardly anything coming out. We've got first day, we've got 691 coming out on day 24, so there's a little bit there, but there's not a lot coming out. Day 26, we've got 1,254. Remember, there's only 19,600 right now, and there's only 2,000 or so liquid, so there's not a lot coming out there. Day 28, 1,300. Not a lot. For day 31 is the first day that we get a bigger, decent day, and this is actually more than what we saw on Taurus. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out on the price. So we're getting 3,000 that day. So that's probably the first. Maybe day 29 we got 2,700. So that's definitely higher than what we saw with Taurus, but of course we've had bigger adoption in terms of the rate of adoption. So yeah, it's pretty cheap to do stuff on PulseChain too, right? So yeah, we've got a few days there with some extra. So people playing short game, around that period, around the 30-day mark, playing short game there. Now we have got the first decent day on day 34. Now you guys know that on day 47 on Taurus, we've got about a 13,000 Taurus day, which is the first big incremental step that we're going to see on Taurus. That's day 47. But here we already have it much earlier. So instead of day 47, we got it on day 34. So it's 12,200 tokens. So obviously we're going to be, burning quite a bit, and people will be staking. So we'll eat up quite a bit of supply. But then we're going to have the first sort of big day there by the time we get up to day 34, right? So day 34, 12,000 tokens coming out. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. And then we've got another, 6,000 on day 37, 10,500 on day 39. So we've got people playing the middle, sort of early middle phase there as well, 13,000 day 41. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool. And then we've got lots coming out in day 40, 11,000 day 46, 19,000 46. So, yeah, we've got a lot earlier profile than we saw on Taurus here on PulseChain, and not surprising. So, yeah, we got a lot of new players, of course, not a lot of people participating. So that's one of the differences. And we obviously have a much more organized influencer group and more active. There are quite a few influencers on Titanx, but not streaming much these days. So you guys know I'm a crossover influencer in those categories. So there we go. We got 51, day 51, 15,000, etc. So we have some really interesting plays here. Yeah, day 50, 60, 60, 61. We've got quite a few people playing the sort of the medium, late medium game in terms of medium and time frame, because 88 days is the max. So 60, 61. We've got 55 and 44,000. So it's going to be fun to see that impact the market, and so on. So yeah, day 67, 95,000 right now. This is just early too. We're only on day 4. We've already got this strong profile already in the latter year when things are maturing there. Day 78, 103,000 comes out, and so on. So yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. And if those of you have seen Taurus, you would know the differences there. So yeah, going to be pretty interesting. Let me know in the chat there what you guys think about the differences here. So kind of cool. So that is the linear chart. Yeah, we got the log chart there too. I think Cryptographics talking about that. That is the log chart there as well. So I just linear because it kind of gives us a good perspective, but log is sitting there as well with the different amounts coming out. So you can kind of see that play out as well. Kind of cool. All right. So but I think the linear tells us a big story there about where we are heading with the total volume coming out there. Not bad. Not bad. All right. See what else we got. A couple comments in the chat. We got Tintop announced there. What's up, Hixkins? Good to see Tintop. And we got Hixvader as well. Hey gang, good to see you as well. Welcome. Woohoo! Get excited for sure. We get a little better on the charts. Yeah, I guess it looks easier for people to see. But actually, I'm trying to show the dwarfism between the lowest amount of supply coming out and the big supply. Now, as we know, as more people come in, these big candles get flatter and flatter and flatter, which is kind of cool because all the Unity gets distributed to more and more people which is pretty cool. Now, the other one, of course, we've got the Unity cumulative supply here. So these are the individual days. So you add them all up as every day you add the next day to it, the next day, etc., to all the days before it. Then we get to this cumulative supply, and we can kind of see it ramping up like this with all the amounts. So by the time we get to day, let's see here. By the time we get to day, let's see what the big jumps. By the times we get to, we jump from day 33 to day 34. We jump from 15,000 almost to 32,000. So that's what I call an incremental jump, right? Quite a big jump, and especially relative to the supply. At the moment, we got 19,600 coins. So that's a big jump there. So, up to day 33, maybe reasonably absorbed through buying and burning and staking and things like that. And then day 34, first test really of the supply and demand dynamics. That's kind of the idea there, which is kind of different from what we had on a Taurus. Taurus was more like day 27, right? So 27 was the first jump. And by day 27, we're going to have 3,183, which is not a lot, right, compared to the supply and things like that. So, that's the first real test. On Taurus, the next test was day 47, right, which is on Taurus. That's the big 12,000 jump. But we already have that much earlier here on the protocol here. Just looking at some of these days. Day 38, there we have quite a big jump, 10,000, and we keep jumping quite large through that 40 days. So quite a different profile, and this is just only day 4. We're only on day 4, guys. Is that crazy? We are only on day 4. So I love the differences between Unity and Taurus with the profiles. It really is fun for those that like to see this play out. And we've got different supplies. So we're going to have some really interesting things happen on both chains. And actually, even though Unity is launched after Taurus, about 38 days or something like that, we're going to have some of these elements will actually, because Unity has got the adoption rate and different profiles, could end up, almost converging with some similar dynamics. We'll see. Could be off by a week or two, but certainly it's got some because this has got some such early supply increases, could see some interesting dynamics there. Then, of course, we ramp all the way up to day 88, and we've got 1.8 million there, and then we get the big jump to the net day 89 with 6.5 million coins or so. And so, the market, in this area, the market might say, well, so many of the coins are out anyway now, so now it's maybe the big market makers come in and go, hey, it's time to accumulate, right? That's the idea. And we shall see how that goes. So that is the play there. Thanks very much to Mike Dean for that with the Unity dashboard. Very, very cool. And that is Unity right now. So that's kind of an overview from that. And at the moment, $11.82. Now, we might as well bring up Taurus while we're here, since we've been talking about it. Let's bring up Taurus. And let's do that. And we're going to go to the stats here. So we're on day 43, right? So, 39 days, I guess, is ahead of us. 96,938 coming out right there. And we can see that there's 5% liquid, 1,667 coins. So it's a lower amount. And the total supply is 23,000 Taurus. So this guys gives us a little bit of Blue's Clues, but of course we've got a bigger profile happening over on Unity. What else can we say about this? 10,600 coins burned. Stake Taurus, 5,700. 3.3135 billion shares, so we're sitting at 1.1 on Unity, but of course it's going to be the adoption's much bigger, so we're going to have more shares by the time we get to day 43, and then we've got the Titanx burn 225 billion, which is pretty amazing, and of course we're already over $1 billion on PulseX, so pretty cool. They have a June's analytics dashboard, so it's not on the Titanx hub, but it's here, and we can see the same kind of roadmap here. This is the accumulative supply, right? So, we're going to have pretty similar numbers, slightly lower on Taurus, 1.5 billion as opposed to 1.7 that we saw on the Unity, and then it jumps up to 1.7. It's actually pretty similar, actually. 1.66. I was on the wrong day, sorry. 1.66, and then it's going to jump to 3.3 there. So that's definitely different. So that is pretty cool. That just shows you that difference in adoption, I guess. That is the mark there right now, and we're only on day 4. Also, the time differences. We're on day 43 here for Taurus. It's going to be pretty crazy. And look at what happens in the future. We'll see the same sort of thing happen on Unity, and we'll get all this different reward pools flattening out because more and more people come in and we're going to see it like this. And the market's just going to, I think, just going to adapt to that and say, hey, look, a lot of this, the early supply is out. Obviously, the more supply comes out, and then it will just find this nice little maybe accumulation zone that people will start accumulating token, and then get those high yields in the staking, and that would be pretty cool. So that is a bit of Taurus there. Let's go to the next bit of news, which we're going to jump ship here and get over to where's that comment there? Cubola says Unity is looking great. It certainly is. Cryptographics up and to the right there from Volatile. We've got Paul O'Shea in the house as well. Hi everybody, good to see you, Paul. Big welcome. Christine in the house there. Good evening, y'all. Always a pleasure to see Christine in the house there, and Blair as well. Hi, y'all as well. Kind of cool. All right, so the next big thing, of course, we've talked about Unity. We've talked about Better Bank briefly. Those are the big launches in August, and we're expecting big things from Unity moving forward, especially with high ROI staking protocol, and of course with massive PulseX burns. And now we've also got talking about September, right? September coming up. We've got Racker Michelle on the move. He posted this earlier today, and that is the countdown has begun. Now the countdown had begun with the 27-day post, but now he's got this coming out as well, and we're expecting big things, right? The countdown has begun. Coinwell coming. Now, I'm not sure whether CoinNaki is launching at the same time. They may very well be, so that he's got at least 5 protocols coming, and Coinwell is the first big giant. It's a giant one there, and if I remember rightly, it's going to be pretty huge. So, I responded to some of this under here, put in the house there. Coinwell launch within 3 weeks. Let's go. RH marketing, and then Rack Michelle's launches. Timing is everything. And of course, Briah, he wants to make that the #1 meme coin in the on PulseChain, right? So as I understand, it's going to have it's going to be pretty exciting. So we're looking forward to that. Now we're going to do a video. I don't want to talk about too much. We're going to do a video on it. I'm probably going to have Wookie come on, and we're going to go through all those protocols, what we know so far, and do a live stream on that. We might maybe even do it today. We'll see. It depends on how Wookie is positioned, but we might do a show on that. Now, the other thing, of course, is the token price of Briah. I always call it Briah because it's spelled B-R-I-A, right? But Briah is the actual pronunciation. We actually went back and we're in the Discord. Went back and looked at Mrs. Rochelle, and we watched the way she said it. She said Briah, so it is Briah. So that is she's the owner of the dog. So there we go. We got 000614 is the price here, and as you guys know, this was our support zone here. We had a nice little rally, bounce back here and down. So still not arguably beating the downtrend yet, but we have this yellow line. This yellow is not support. I probably should use a different thing here. We might do that instead. But this here is the time frame. So back here on the 16th of August, Rack and Michelle put out a post saying 27 days until Coinwell launches, right? Coinwell. And then today, which is 22nd, he's pushed out this as well. Countdown has begun. And of course, we know if it's 27 days, then that would give us a tentative date of launch here on the 12th of September. So we're going to put the little text box in there. Coinwell launch, and that is play right now. Bam. So that is the mark, and we're going to make it yellow because we've got a timeline yellow, so we might as well make that yellow. Coinwell launch, and that is the 12th September. So maybe I should put the date in as well. It's not be lazy here. 12th of September, and this is coming in. So we're expecting, I think, a kind of a liquidity fork DEX kind of setup, and so that combination could be very huge. It's going to be blue chip, so it's going to be limited access of coins listed on there, and arguably he will be bringing his big, rich, wealthy clients, and also potentially linking into who knows how far he will go. He's teased about having links into Donald Trump Jr., into the White House, the digital strategy team, possibly. There's lots of opportunities there. We just don't know. But in terms, might also include not only US investor money, but also Saudi money as well. So we'll find out. Obviously, it's all very blue chip. All the themes look really amazing. I mean, this is his little video for Coinwell. So we'll track that that professional investor and beyond. So we're very excited about that. And he wants to break Briah, the top meme coin, and integrate it onto all these protocols with staking and other I guess farming bulls and everything else. So it could be pretty exciting. We're going to see how that all plays out. So that is the timeline at the moment for Briah, and so we're going to see what happens to that over time as well. So bam, bam, bam. Let's jump over to the next big thing coming out, of course, which is Sigma Protocol. Now, Sigma Protocol here, Alex McFurter. So he has been pretty quiet back in the days when Richard Hart was sort of shying away from eHex, the old Genesis Hex. But he's been working. So apparently Sigma's protocol is coming, phase 1. It's got on there. So yeah, let's see what happens. Already got 1,000 followers on it. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Alex McFurter is a widely appreciated developer on PulseChain, and of course from Hedron and Okoza, right? Which is really successful protocols in my view, and no doubt when PulseChain runs, they will run pretty hard as well. So yeah, pretty cool. That is Sigma. We're going to find out more about it in due course, and of course that is TikTok. Let's see where it leads on the old Sigma. We'll try and bring more news about that as it's known. So kind of cool. Now, the other big thing we had, I'm just looking at the time here, 55 minutes on the hour, is a good old Heartwood Dog. So Heartwood Dog has got a big giveaway at the moment. It's a $150 giveaway with HOG, Peacock, and Pulse. Write your own manga chapter. Now, as you guys know, we've been following this. Is the kind of the anime series called Pulse of the Fallen, and its main character is called HOG. HOG is obviously a trading ticker as well. That's their crypto on PulseChain, and it is pretty much synonymous with PulseChain. We're going to have over 100 chapters, and yeah, we've got chapter 12, 13, 14 coming, so it's going to be pretty cool. They got HOG wants to burn, but he needs your help. Yep, you read right. 2 lucky degenerates are about to win $150 in prizes. You can co-write a chapter in the Pulse of the Fallen manga with our team and artist, and that's first place. So if you do win, that's the opportunity there. Tip, we will do all the work. You just need to tell us what you want. Burn, earn, immortalize yourself in the ink there. So you can find out all the details in the Telegram. So for those that like anime or like being creative, this is a pretty awesome opportunity, and you might just win $150 there if you get become the winner there. So that is from HOG. And these guys are a great team. So I definitely want to check that out. I'm going to hit the repost button on that, and I'll post the link in here for this competition. So if you like anime, you like being creative, you like winning $150, then this is the place to be. So I'm going to post that in the chat there. Just let me do that one moment. $150. There we go. All right. That is kind of cool. Let me jump in there. So that is the link there to HOG. So big shout out to the HOG team. Keep up the great work. This anime series is absolutely awesome. It's one thing having a cool bull market. We're all excited about that, making mad gains and all that. But it's another thing to have a whole anime series that you can follow along during the whole bull market that showcases a lot of the people in the community, influencers out there that you like, celebrities. It goes far beyond PulseChain, of course, and all mixed in with a cool anime story with HOG. So you can see it's pretty awesome, and I think we're pretty lucky to have it in PulseChain, and that's just one of those things that kind of makes PulseChain stand out. So big shout out to the HOG team. They really are crushing it, and we're up to chapter 12, isn't it? So kind of cool. You can check it out, Heartwood Dog. We've got Fat Sammy in the house there from Pulse Bitcoin and beyond. Good to see Fat Sammy. Big shout out there. Now, the other cool thing, of course, is we've been having founders come in, right? So I think we got Taylor back now. So Taylor, I think it's spelled Taylor. Let me find out. It's not even coming up, but we've got Taylor back now. So Taylor is a female influencer in PulseChain. She's one of the large female influencers, and she's back. I'm not sure why it's not coming up there, but I'll try and pull it up. So we've got Taylor is back, and like I say, she's one of our top 5 in terms of followers. Now, a lot of the influencers have been away during the bear market, but they're starting to come back. And it's good to see Taylor coming back as well. I'm just trying to find, let me find if I can find it here. Actually, I know how to find it. Just give me one moment. And oh boy, nothing's working on the old search bar. The whole search bar is not working. Can you believe it? Now X is telling me I have to refresh and sign in. Do I have to sign in? So X has gone crazy. So X is not even working. Oh, they want me to sign in now. So there we go. Welcome to I guess their bot protection or something. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me just sign in here. All right. So let's see if we can find this. There we go. And I'm sure that there was a repost there. Let's have a look on this one here. Yeah. So we got Taylor B back. So Taylor B is a was one of the big female influencers during the last bull market, and she's back today. So there we go. And you guys know I've been talking about this, right? Been talking about, because we're in the seasons have changed, things are getting more bullish, that people will start coming back. And the more people we've got, the bigger voice we have on the internet, and it's going to be really, really cool, right? So I think that's great. So more people coming back, and I don't know how regular she'll be streaming, maybe once a week, or I don't know, typically does little videos, videos. So we're going to see how that goes, but that's cool. More people we've got come back, the better. And we have a bigger army, as you guys know, in terms of getting out PulseChain and spreading the good word there. So that's kind of cool there from that. So just wanted to cover that because we're talking about this going to happen, and now it's happening, right? So just to show you, things are happening, and when we're having a look at it, so kind of cool. What else are we going to talk about? I think I think that's kind of it at the moment. But I'm very excited about things where we're going now. We know that what are some of the cool things happening. So we've got upcoming launches with Coinwell. We've got upcoming launches with SolidX. These are major launches in September on PulseChain from both of our whales, Rack and Michelle and Firewhale. So that's really bullish for PulseChain, just on those counts. We're also going to have on-chain bet from Jacob, arguably the world's best peer-to-peer developer. So it's going to be out in September as well. So those are really cool. So that's from a protocol point of view. We're going to have a lot of other protocols launching, and maybe not on that size scale, but certainly other protocols launching, of course. And then we've obviously got potentially within days, potentially, but maybe within a week, we've got Richard Hart's promotions, landing in the United States, and then of course they'll have to be distributed. Seen our community offer up vans for that, which is pretty cool. And so that's going to be coming up in within days. We may see a God mode candle align with that too. I don't know. We'll see. We certainly had a lot of capital come over the bridge, and so that's possible. And then we've of course got obviously. We've got all the on-chain activity happening. So we've got a lot of bridges being launched. Obviously, we've had a ramp now. We've had Liberty Swap, which is doing an amazing job. 40 chains, expanding to 40 chains, trying to move to gasless transactions where possible. So basically 40 chains onto PulseChain, and at least 3 stablecoins, USDC, USD Tether, and DAI. DAI's has recently been added. So that's really bullish. And then, of course, we've now got the new one from Hex Scout, right? So Hex Scout is bringing on a whole new bridge to PulseChain, which is pretty massive, 150 different chains, right? With Hex Scout, so that's pretty huge, and we're excited about that, right? So, and that is called Hyperlane, right? So they're making a partnership with Hyperlane. So that's going to be massive for PulseChain, 150 chains. So now there's not too much excuses around onboarding between crypto people, people that are in crypto, because we're going to have so many of these different on ramps and bridges all at the right time, at the right place. It just really is amazing. And it's game on from that point of view. I guess the only area then after that is really bringing in a retail from no coiners and institutional type of investors. And I think Rack and Michelle is definitely one player working on that. And so that's going to be pretty exciting. And we've probably got maybe a couple others that I could think of that may be working on that. That's pretty exciting. We've obviously got Sun Mini Meal. That's to bring that potentiality to life as well on PulseChain from Europe in particular. So if we have people like Rack and Michelle in the US, then we can start get some institutional investors. And I guess that's pretty exciting. So we've got a lot of bullish things happening on the old PulseChain moving forward. And so you got to get pretty excited about where everything is. Just the stars are aligning, really, aren't they? So marketing, cross-chain bridges, it's going to be pretty exciting. We've got the whales on the move. We've got some of the most innovative protocols launching on PulseChain, and one of them might end up being a killer app, where it really blows up and goes viral. So that could be pretty exciting. I'm thinking particularly of Solid X. X could have the potentiality of doing that. Let's see how it all goes. You've got to be pretty excited there. We've got influencers coming back like Taylor B, getting out there promoting. So it's getting good. Maybe 1 week, 4 weeks left of the real accumulation zone. Keep scooping up the good Richard Hart cores and a few of the other blue chips, and get your bags ready for the run. It's going to be really cool. All right. On that note, we just had awesome stuff launched with, like I say, Betterbank and Unity just launched. Get onto those. Those are huge protocols. Really, really excited about where that's all heading as well. So good times ahead. We've obviously got the strategic ETH reserves accumulating more ETH. Why do we not have that on PulseChain? Hopefully we'll get somebody to start setting up things like that on PulseChain. Obviously we have the PulseChain sacrifice. A lot of people with different allocations. But why not set up more formalized strategic pulse reserve, right? Strategic pulse reserve. That could be quite a nice theme. Everything's about themes and narratives, isn't it? These really. Getting a bit of legal formation around that. And then we have the same things. Everything that's running Ethereum, we get running on PulseChain, right? Do it nice and early so that we're running at the same cycle. And could be game on there. So we'll keep a lookout, see if anyone's able to pull that off. That'd be really cool. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the show. There's some of the cool stuff there. Don't forget to check out the HOG 150 giveaway and maybe get into the anime series as well. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you on the next show, which will be tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, every day. Bear market, bull market, we're here. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and a big shout out to everybody out there. We're looking forward to what is going to be hot tomorrow as well. All right, and we'll probably have maybe the Jackson Hole stuff out there from the chairman Jerome Powell too. All right, take care. Bye for now.